Hey, Facebook, happy Tuesday to you. I'm sorry about yesterday, Thursday, and Friday. We've had a busy few days. Thursday and Friday last week, I got feeling sick and I was just not able to do much. And then yesterday, I got busy with the snow kind of put us down. We ended up having to ground most of our trucks yesterday unless it was an absolute emergency because of the snowstorm. And the bitter roads were really bad. So I just decided not to do a live yesterday, just to kind of take it nice and easy and try to get over this cold that I kind of still have a little bit. Not too bad now. If you're watching live, type live. If you're watching replay, type replay. If you're watching us on YouTube, keep watching. I'll be downloading a bunch of stuff today. My plan is to try to get it to where it's downloading immediately with Facebook, but I'm still working on that. I'm still working with the program for that, but we're going to get it that way. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Getting down to the basics on a repair of the urinal. I come into the shop today, and I'm sitting in my office, and one of the guys uses the restroom, uses the urinal, and all of a sudden I hear just flushing, and it's continually running, and I'm like, all right, I got a problem with the urinal. So I come in and I shut the water off, turn it back on. Sometimes that helps a sticking diaphragm, and I'll go into details on that, what that means. And it didn't help. So I thought, you know what? It's time to replace the diaphragm. What a great opportunity to show the public how we do a repair on a urinal flushometer. Not like that's something that's in their home normally, but it kind of gives you an idea of the differences between your toilet stuff at home and what we put inside as plumbers inside a commercial building. So I'm going to show you this. Not like you're going to ever use it, but I thought it might be cool for you. So let's check it out. Let's go ahead and flip you around and walk into the bathroom here. We're going to come in here. Now I've already taken the liberty to shut off the valve. Now you can see I got the electronic sensor here, and that's what you're hearing clicking. It's a battery operated electronic sensor. It basically uses laser beams to sense that there's somebody in there, and then when that block goes away, it automatically sends out a little button. I'll show you inside what that means. But basically I've shut off the water that's right here with the valve with a flathead screwdriver. I've got it turned off. I've already broke this loose, but you use a big wrench. This one right here, and that's basically what you do to take that and loosen that up. I've loosened it up already, so we're going to go ahead and take this top off. I'm going to show you what it looks like underneath this. Most people don't ever see this part. So we're going to take that off. You can see there's a plastic cover cap. That's basically just to keep the diaphragm in place where it needs to be. Now I'm going to just take and pry that up with a screwdriver because they do stick. Pop that off. And as you can see, that's what you have underneath. So basically what we have is a diaphragm. Now this diaphragm is sticking. Now there's two things that can happen here. Is the diaphragm gets old and it just sticks down. So when it comes up, it just sticks to the top, which it could have been doing. Or there's a little C-pull inside this, right? Let's see if I can find it. There's a little C-pull right here. Can't really see it because of the plastic or the rubber. But that C-pull, I'll show you on the next one, is really vital. Basically, that allows air to come back in, and what it does is it creates an anti-vacuum so it doesn't stick. We're going to go ahead and pull that diaphragm out. We're going to make a little bit of a mess here. I'm just going to take that diaphragm right over here, toss it in the garbage. It's no good. I bought a whole brand new diaphragm kit. Now, you can replace just the rubber piece on those, but I found that over time that plastic starts to corrode with the chlorine that we have, and I don't have a water softener in this shop. So I want one, but my landlord won't let us do it. I'm going to go ahead and put this new one back in. Now this is a brand new one. Now that hole I was talking about, you can see it right there by my front of my finger there, kind of. Let's flip it around this way actually so you can see it. But that little brass piece right there by my finger is a little hole, and what that does is that allows the air to come in and out. So it pushes that diaphragm in and out so it won't stick. We're going to go ahead and put the plastic piece back on the diaphragm here. Push it right over the top. That, like I said, that keeps it from sticking to the top of the metal and wearing out. And we're going to go ahead and put the metal piece back on. Tighten that up. And that we want really snug because if there's going to be any leaks, it's going to come from right there at that head. So we're going to go ahead and grab our big wrench. Tighten that sucker up. We want to use something with soft teeth so we don't chew up the chrome. Oh, she's nice and snug. Did you hear that? All right, we're going to go ahead and turn on the water. Now this is important because it's going to control the flow. So we're going to go ahead and turn this on. We're just going to barely turn it on and see what our flow's like. And you don't want too much flow, because if you do, it'll come up and out of the urinal. But you want enough to be able to get the urine down. I've almost got too much on that. It should just shut off. It can be temperamental sometimes. Very touchy on these valves. Okay. Still water running. And we'll see if it'll stop. Should get to the point where that pressure automatically stops. While I'm doing that, I'm checking up here to make sure I got no leaks. I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off. Yeah, you hear that stop? That's the new diaphragm taking place. That's that stickiness, that squeaking noise is that stickiness of the new rubber. I'm going to just go ahead and wipe that up with some toilet paper, make sure we got no leaks. And it's shutting off good now. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Got good flow. You want it to come up a little bit so it'll suck all that urine down. Awesome, very cool. See, that's all it was a bad diaphragm. It wasn't shutting off like that before. But yeah, basically all it is a rubber, piece of rubber. It's a circular piece of rubber that stops. And basically what happens is when your handle goes in, I should have showed you that. When your handle goes in, it lifts a lever up and pushes on the bottom part of that little piece of plastic and allows that diaphragm to kick up inside this head, which allows water to come through the valve and sneak by and go right down through the vacuum breaker and into the actual spud and into the rim of the urinal. So basically what was happening is that was either sticking up or that hole was plugged with something and it wouldn't allow that air to move back and forth. So basically we could have changed just the rubber on it, but like I said, anytime I do these, I always change the rubber and the plastic, because the chlorine that we have in the water around here can really chew that plastic up as well. To me, it's worth it money-wise just to change out the whole thing, and then in the long run, you're not messing with it later down the road. Easy, simple fix. Obviously, you got to know what you need to get as far as parts, which on this, I'm going to show you a diagram. It shows it right on the box here. I can get that to focus, but basically, the kit numbers right there is what we're looking for, but it's the flush volume that we're looking for. So on every urinal, you're going to look at it up on top here, and you're going to look to see if you can find a flush flow rate. That WS1 tells me that it's a 1 gallon or less. So basically what we have is the A42A, or in this situation, you can use for a urinal the A37 for 1.5, and I got the 1.5. They didn't actually have the A42, so I just got the A37. Now, as you see there, that's actually a water saver for urinals. Another reason I got it was just to try to help save on costs on urinals. But that's how we do it as a plumber. Hopefully you got something out of this. Hopefully, that's not something you see every day. Obviously, in my shop, I have that on my urinal, but I don't have it on my toilet. So hopefully that's something that if you're using a toilet in your commercial application, it's exactly the same thing. The only difference is a little bit more airflow or water flow, so you'll have to have a little bit different size diaphragm. And basically what the difference is it changes the length of the stem coming down, and it also increases the size of the hole inside that diaphragm. So if you were to take that off, I know they look all the same size, but on the inside that part's different sized. It has a different amount of flow to come in, so it'll allow that water to come up more. So hopefully you learned something with that. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. We've got training in the morning tomorrow morning, but I definitely plan on doing a couple different lives this week just to catch up for what I didn't do last week. Have a great Tuesday. We'll catch you tomorrow.